Hello San Marcos students. This screencast is going to give you a brief tutorial about how to use the databases for research that we have at San Marcos High School. So you are going to start by going to the San Marcos High School webpage, which you can Google or type in smroyals.org. And then once you're here, you're going to use these three lines in the upper left, that hamburger icon. Tap those for the menu. And then next to the word academics, where you see the plus sign, tap the plus sign and you'll get another drop-down menu. So I'm doing this on an iPad, so this is how this looks. It will look slightly different if you're on a desktop. The menu will be across the top of the screen. You're going to select Library from the menu under Academics. And then when you get to this screen, you're going to look for that first bullet point where it says Library Catalog and Databases, and tap that. And then when you get to this screen, over here where it says High Schools, you're going to select San Marcos High School. Okay, when you do this, you can see these icons along the bottom. So these are some of our research databases that we have at San Marcos. And the one that I'm going to use to show you some things today is the one called High School, because it's the one where you just kind of get any research information that you're looking for. So you can click through to this database. And then it will open up and have a search box at the top, just like Google or anything else. So today I'm going to type in LGBTQ, and as I start to type, you can see other things show up. So this heading in bold, LGBTQ rights, means it's like a main heading, and there's going to be a lot of information about that. So that might be a good place to start. You could also type in LGBTQ movement or some other combination of words. But you can see here that this gives me an overview of the topic right at the top. And then this shaded gray box here is actually very important because it's telling you what kinds of content are available on this topic. So this one that says reference with the book icon next to it is actually a really good place to start any kind of research. Reference information gives you an overview. And so really, as you're just starting, that's what you're looking for. So I'm going to click reference, but I'm going to be aware that I could also look at audio clips. So those would be like sound bites, or I could look at primary sources. I could look at magazine articles over here. And over here, I could look at video clips or newspaper articles. So there are a lot of different kinds of content in the databases. That's actually a really good reason to use them because you can find so much content in one place. But right now I've clicked on reference because I'm just looking for an overview. And you can see the titles of some of these articles: gender, gays and lesbians, sexual orientation. When I get down here, I see this title called Gay Liberation Movement. So one of the things that might happen as you're researching is that you might actually discover there's a better title for the thing or a better name for the thing you're looking for information about. So in this case, I actually think I want to use Gay Liberation Movement as my search, because that's really what I'm looking for, is this particular movement in terms of civil rights. So I'm going to type that in, and I'm just going to show you how that changes our search results a little bit to sort of make them look more focused on what we're studying. So yeah, this looks like an even better search. Okay, believe it or not, I did that on purpose because I want you to see that you may have to change your keywords or your search terms sometimes when you're looking for something. So you might start out typing in Chicano movement and you may not find enough stuff, so maybe you're going to type in Chicano and civil rights or something like that. So you may have to play around with it a little bit to find exactly what it is that you're looking for. Okay, I'm again going to look at reference sources. So in that gray box that shows me all the content, I've tapped reference. And I'm going to come down here, and I want to show you this real quick. There are two sources shown here that are called Gay Liberation Movement. And notice right underneath the title, I can learn lots of information. I can learn who wrote it, what source it's from, the year that it was published, 2009, 2013, how long it is. That's how many words the article is. And then you see these icons over here with dots. they have to do with reading level. So both of these are actually pretty high, but the fewer dots, the easier the reading level. So 5 is the max. That doesn't mean you should stay away from it. It means you should be aware of it, that it's written at a pretty high reading level. This has 1 fewer dot, so 4 dots would be slightly easier. And you might see as you search through results, maybe not on this one, you might see them get even easier on certain types of searches. I'm wondering if I just quickly go over to biographies if I'll see anything slightly easier. Here's an example. You see how that just has those 3 dots? So the fewer dots, the easier the reading level. So that might be something you want to be aware of. Okay, I am going to open this article here that's called Gay Liberation Movement from the Encyclopedia of U.S. History, and all I have to do is tap the title to open the article. Now I want to show you a couple of key things. There's a menu across the top here where you can print the article, download the article, cite the article, send the article to your Google Drive. There are also icons right here, and you can see that Google Drive icon there. I would highly recommend that anything that you find that you think might be useful for your research, you just tap that Google Drive button and save it to your Google Drive. So I don't have to read the whole article in the beginning. I can kind of scroll through and see these big headings tell me what it's about. A history of persecution, a turning point, fighting for acceptance, the AIDS crisis, major issues since the 90s. And I can see the length of it, and I think that's probably just what I need. It's something I can understand. It's pretty general. So I just tap that Google Drive icon, and I'm already signed in, so it tells me the article has been sent to Google Drive. It may prompt you to sign into your account. So then let me just show you what happens. The next time I go to my drive, I'm going to have this orange folder in my drive. It's called Gale High School, Gale in Context High School. And inside that folder will be whatever article or articles I saved. So if you go through while you're doing research and you save multiple articles, so I've saved this one, but maybe I want to go back and look at the other article with the same title that I know is a little bit harder. If I save this one also, now it's in that same folder. So they show up in the same place, which is a nice way to kind of keep your research organized. So there they both are. All right, so that Save to Google Drive button is essential. You have to be in an article to be able to see that Google Drive icon. So if you're just looking at search results, you're not going to see that. You have to tap into the article by clicking the title to get those icons. One more thing to show you. At the end of every article, you'll find a source citation in MLA 8, and that's really important for your works cited page whenever you're doing research, or if you're doing slides, you need a slide that shows where you got all your information. So that can be found at the bottom, and it can also be found just by clicking, and you'll see this bar stays as I scroll. This bar across the top stays, and I have a cite button, it's right here, that I can also click, and it will show me that same citation. Okay? You can send the citations to Google Drive as well, just by clicking this Export to Google Drive, and then you'll have a single docs file that will have your citations on it, so that's pretty amazing as well. Finally, I want to mention that sometimes the information at the bottom, actually below the citation, where it says more like this, or explore more like this, related articles, or related subjects, gay rights movement. Those are good ideas for what you may search next. And you can actually click on these where it says more like this to see those articles as well. So that's just another tip for starting your research where you can easily find other articles that may be useful. So this was just a brief tutorial, hopefully. Never as brief as you might like. This is just a brief tutorial on how to navigate the databases that we have. If you went in to the ebooks, you would see a similar interface because you can see this Gale icon. Many of our databases are from that publisher called Gale. So those same tools will be there. regardless of which one of those databases that you use. You're always welcome to stop by the library for help. I love helping students with their research. Thanks for watching.